Here we go. Okay. So I don't know how well. Oh, because I need to turn this off. Okay. I don't know how well, sorry guys at home, I don't know how well these review problems are going to show up because we're having a problem getting to the whiteboard on this. So do the best you can right now. Let's check this right quick. 1 times 5 would be 5. 1 times 8 would be 8. So we're done with those. Why did I draw that dinosaur head? What does that help me to remember to do? Yeah.
It's kind of like you need to do the bottom one first. You have to do
What is this, though? Help me remember to put right here.
the dinosaur egg.
The dinosaur egg. That's what I want to make sure we remember that. And we're done with the 1. So now we're ready to multiply with the 3. 3 times 5 is what, everybody? 15. Carry that 1. 3 times 8.
24.
We're up and we're working. Okay? 3 times 8 is 24 plus 1 more. 25. So when we add all of that together, 2,635. Okay? All right, let's try one division problem. This is practice. This is also helping us remember all that hard work we did. We don't want to forget it. All right, we've got 782 divided by 6. Let me give you a second to work that, and do go ahead and check it with multiplication if you get the chance. Love, love, love how we're working hard. Go ahead and get started with it. If you're still finishing up, go ahead and finish it up. If you're starting to check it, go ahead and watch what we're doing up here. How many 6s can we get out of 7?
1.
1. We can get 1, though, out of this first digit. We haven't done that in a while. So 6 times 1 is just 6, and we subtract that from the 7. Bring down that 8. How many 6s can we get out of 8? Sophia? 3. In fact, 6 times 3. Oh, forgot to bring that down. What did I just say?
6 times 3.
Yeah, 6 times 3 is 18. Okay. Are we finished?
No.
No, we're not. Okay, we've got to remember to bring this down. How many 6s can we get out of 2?
0.
0, and we've got to put that 0 in our quotient, in our answer.
If you don't put that 0, it wouldn't even make any sense because
It wouldn't. It would be way too small, wouldn't it? It would be like 13 instead of 130. It would be way too small.
And it's in the wrong place to be 13.
True. Okay, so now 6 times 0 is 0, and subtract that. Now we can say that the 2 is our what? Is our remainder.
130
Yeah, let's check that. 130 times 6. Plus the remainder.
The remainder is 2.
Why did I write 4? Do you know why I wrote 4? I know why I wrote 4. Because as soon as I went to write that, I was remembering this morning's problem. And this morning's problem, because I just make them up. I don't have them written down in the book. This morning's problem, the answer was 123 with a remainder of 4. It was 1, 2, 3, 4. And so I was looking up, going, oh, it wasn't the same one. So and I wrote the remainder that we had this morning. Okay, let's think about this afternoon, not this morning. How about?
There.
So, hold on.
Confused.
Yeah, because we caught that though, didn't we? By checking it, that wasn't right there.
I saw
Okay.
it too. I was like, what?
There we go. Gotta get used to being in school again.
Well, it is Wendy.
Okay, yeah,
We got confused.
I did. Because I was thinking about this morning
I saw it too.
and this afternoon.
No,
Okay,
so it was
we
1,
caught it. We're
2,
good.
4.
We got it.
That's
Okay,
what I
you
said.
can clear off your board. I'm going to go ahead and get us into today's lesson because we're going to look at a couple more practice problems together. But you don't need your board. You can put it away for right now. Let's see, right here. Yeah, that's it. Let's just look at these together for a second. How am I supposed to write on the board? How did she write on the board this morning?
She could.
For real, she couldn't?
Actually, she could, but it was on the actual whiteboard.
Well, how did she get to the whiteboard?
Well, she just pushed the little thing. Well, it's not working. I think it's with the. After she wrote, it wouldn't work.
That's like she wrote for a little while and then it stopped working. I don't know how we're going to do this today. So, well, we can talk about this. We were going to just talk about this. The board's not working, so we'll manage. We may have to kind of look at this and then do some of it over there. We'll manage.
We tried
All right.
to click it with the mouse. Hold on.
Yeah. She may have to have Miss Ashley, our computer lady, come in and fix it. All right, so look at the first one, guys. List the first 5 multiples of 11. Now, if you got that question, okay, how would you start off your answer? Think about multiples. Remember, that's skip counting. So we want the first 5 of 11. Multiples of 11. What would the first one be? Hey, what do you think? 11 times 1. And what is the answer to that? 11. Okay, so we can do this without writing it down. 11. All right, if we're skip counting, what would come next? 22. You're exactly right. 11 times 2. Yeah, 11 times 1. 11 times 2 is 22. What would come next, everybody? 33, which is 11 times 3. What would come next? 44. And what would come next?
55.
Good. See, y'all can do this.
And that's awesome.
And that is the
Which fast to do?
first 5 multiples. Yeah, because if you don't say first 5, could you say list all the multiples of 11?
Never.
No, you'd be there forever, wouldn't you? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, what about this one, though? There are far fewer factors. So our factors of 45, what are the things that when they multiply together make 45? And these go together in pairs.
9 times 5.
9 times 5. What's another one?
What else makes up 45?
5 times 9.
Well, 5 times 9, 9 and 5, we've got those. Okay. Yep.
1 times 45.
Yeah, gotta have those two. 1 times 45. Now there is one more. Think hard.
Can you give us a clue?
45 is not even, so is it gonna be 2?
No.
No. Alright, so let's get rid of this and we'll have a little space. You think I can erase Miss Elizabeth?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because we already did that.
Well, sometimes in writing or reading, projects go from one day to the next. I don't want to.
And Miss Wendy, didn't you say before we were doing multiples and factors? Well, I don't know. Say many so they can remember how to say between multiples and factors. That
You
would-
said many more multiples and far fewer factors. Alright, y'all have already said these. Right? We've already said these. I'm just kind of spreading them out because we're not sure right now where the others might go.
Now, you know what I do? I look at the numbers that are up there, and I see 9. Okay? Or is there any number that can make up 9? Any two numbers that can make up 9? What?
3 times 3.
So then, if that's true, then 3 can go into 45.
Mhm.
3 times something equals 45. I know that's a hard.
No, I mean, but some will
That's what I
grasp
do.
that, some
Yeah.
will grasp that.
Oh,
Two, we know 2 is not going to go in, be a factor because 45 is odd. It's an odd number. But let's think about the 3 that Miss Terry said. Okay? 3 times what could be 45? Now I'm going to give you another hint. Think of the clock. Okay?
Ooh.
Some people use the clock for math. I don't know if people at home can see this. You know, we've got, sometimes the clock, you only see these 4, and that's because we know this is 15 minutes, this is 15 minutes, this is 15 minutes, this is 15 minutes. What do we say when the, let's see, not very good at writing this right now. I don't know where the shorthand's going to be.
I figured it out.
But if the longhand goes, it's here, and then it goes to here, we say it's 15 after. If we go to here, we say it's 30 after. If we go to here, we say it's what? 45 after. Okay? 3 times what?
15.
3 times 15.
I kind of just
Is,
did it on my fingers.
Okay. I'm going to squeeze those in there. Alright, wasn't going to give you a big lesson on factors and multiples today, but still important stuff. Okay, since we can't write on the board, I'm not going to attempt to round that one right now. We might come back to that another day because that's a difficult one that you need to see written on the board. I guess we could write it up here. I keep forgetting. $83,999. Okay, they want us to round to the hundredths, so we're going to look next door right here. What would happen here?
Go up. It's much bigger.
Okay, Josie says this would go up. It would. And so how do you go up from 9? After 9 comes 10. So if I wrote a 10 right here, okay, I would know that the 8 stays the same. That 3, we're going to add that 1 to it. And then this would be a 0, and then these would be a 0.
So you could just cross
Okay.
all the 9s out.
You could, but you would need to know how you got there. Okay, we've already done one like the bottom one, so we're going to move on from there. Okay. I really don't like that this is not working. Sir, let me ask her if
Okay,
she
yeah.
figured out anything about it.
Guys, look at back up here, this rounding, because I know this may be on case, that some of y'all had problems with rounding. So look at this, if we're doing, let me just do this. And it says round to the nearest, what did it say, 100, the hundreds place? Ones, tens, hundreds. I'm gonna underline it, and then I'm gonna go to my neighbor. Okay, I'm gonna underline the place that they tell me. Is that right, Jameson? I need your eyes up here, please. Because some of y'all have problems with the rounding on that case test. Okay, so if it says round to the tens place, I'm going to find my tens place. Here's my tens place. What number's in my tens place? 4. So I'm going to underline it, and then I'm going to look at my neighbor. So make sure, because I think some of y'all on case might have had problems with that rounding a little bit. And then that's 4 left, right? That stays the same. And everything else turns into zeros. Okay, just make sure whatever it tells you to go to, that's the place you go to, and then look at your neighbor. Okay, or your boss man.
All right. So, if you did your lessons at home last week, then those are going to help you. We're going to move on today from that. If you weren't able to get them in, please tune in extra. We're going to keep working on getting them made up and finished during Aspire time, but really watch what we do today. Okay? We are going to take the area model and use it with fractions. They make us use the area model even with that. They really do. But I will say this. The area model really just looks like a tape diagram that we do a few different things to. And over the last few lessons when you were at home, I hope you got to be more comfortable with the tape diagram. I hope it was no big deal. It's just a big rectangle that helps us see the fractions a little bit better. Okay? So that's what they have here for us. So I want you to watch today what we do with this. And I'm going to have to redraw it over there on the board, but that's okay. Because especially like we're going to take what we do tomorrow, we will look at what we've done today also and kind of go, use that and build on that. So let's look at what they ask us to do. And I actually, can I erase this, Miss Terry?
Oh, yep.
Okay. All right. So it tells us to draw a rectangle. Try not to get too far over to the left for my folks at home. And cut it into, or partition it into 5 parts. Okay, and they already have that for us, don't they? And then it says shade one of them. And they've already done that. So I'm going to actually shade with this. Okay. So since we've done that, what fraction is that tape diagram showing? This is the same as this. I'm just drawing it over here because I'm fixing to have to do some things to it, and I can't write on the board. Okay, what are we seeing?
1/5.
All right, there are 5 total parts, right? And one of them is shaded. We've got 1/5. Okay. Now, this says to use a horizontal dotted line. You're going to even see those in your workbook. Horizontal. Which direction does horizontal go? It's either going to go up and down or it's going to go this way. What do we think, Hayden? It does. It goes this way. If you've ever heard somebody talk about the horizon, where we can see the sun come up or go down, the horizon is this way, isn't it? And that horizon and horizontal
Are almost
they have the same root word. They have the same root. So we're going to draw a horizontal line because there are already vertical lines here in this. So now we're going to make some cuts going horizontally, and you're going to see how this changes. Why are we doing this? Because what we're trying to show is that there is another fraction here that is equal to 1/5. Okay? So watch what we do. How many times do we draw a line? Just once? Yeah, because they want us to create 2 equal rows. All right, here we go.
I can do the other fraction.
We're going to make it dotted. Earlier today, when I was on the board, I wasn't making it dotted. I'm going to go ahead and make it dotted because it's that way in your workbook, and maybe that'll help us. Okay, it looks like I cut that, doesn't it? I made 1 cut to get 2 rows. Okay, that's going to be important later on because if it wants 2 rows, we don't need 2 cuts. We just need 1 cut. 2 rows. Now, what just happened here? What you mean? We're going to go in just a second. Okay? If you need to stand up behind your desk, you can for just a minute. All right. I didn't shade in anymore. I didn't draw any more boxes. I didn't add anything to this. but all I did was cut it. But I created a whole new fraction. What fraction do you see here now that is shaded in? Look at it carefully. We had 1/5. Now, we'll look closely at it. We've got a whole new fraction there. Can you find it? What do you think it would be? How many boxes are shaded in now?
2.
Okay. Now we have 2 boxes shaded in. And how many boxes are there total?
8.
Josie, how many?
10.
There are 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we know that total number is our denominator. We just showed that 1/5 is equal to 2/10. Okay?
And you can divide it in.
Well, let me show you what this is kind of like. See, sometimes I get frustrated because I have a brother, you know, and like when Mom makes pizza at home, you know, she like made this pizza and this kind of pizza. And so that's what was for supper. And I got 1 piece and he got 2 pieces. Is that fair?
Yes.
Is that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes. Wait a minute. I got 1 piece and he got 2.
They're the same
How is that
amount when you
fair?
put
How's that fair? Hughes?
Because when you put the both of the 2 pieces together, it equals the other one.
It's just. So, do I need to be mad right now?
No, not at all.
No, because Hughes is exactly right. These are equal to each other. 2/4 is equal to 1/2. Okay. Just like if I cut my pizza into 10 pieces and I only had 2 of them, it will be the same amount of pizza if the pizzas were the same size as 1/5 of a different pizza. Okay. So what we're starting to work with is fractions that are equal. They just have different names. They're the same size though. Okay? All right, let's try this again with a whole different, I tell you what. Let's do this one more time and then we'll take our break and then we'll come back and keep going because don't forget it's after lunch. Okay, let me I'm afraid I'm out of camera. I'm gonna go over there, but anyway. All right, so we have a whole new one this time. We have a rectangle that is cut into 3 pieces. Okay. We draw, how many do they want us to shade in?
1.
What are the directions say? Shade in 1 box. Okay. All right. What fraction is shaded? What fraction is shaded? Caesar, what is this fraction?
3 1s.
Do it the other way. 1, 1, 1/3. 1/3. There you go. Okay, so this is showing 1/3 is shaded. How could you draw a horizontal dotted line to decompose 1/3 to show? That's a lot of words, isn't it? To decompose 1/3 to show that 1/3 is equal to 4/12. Okay, now let's do this. They're kind of challenging us. How can we take this and turn it into 4/12? Now, I'm going to give you a clue. All we're doing is drawing our lines this way, our dotted lines, our horizontal dotted lines. Now, I want you to take your board. I got a lot of hands popping up because you're starting to see how we're doing it. I want you to start where I started, right here. Just like this, just like they have right here. And I just want you to try this. If you get it wrong, you get it wrong. Hey, we got to try. You're going to shade in 1 of the boxes, 1 of the 3 boxes. And then you're going to see, hey, how many times do I need to cut it this way to turn it into 4/12? Make sure you only start off with 3 boxes. Make sure you got 3. So just leave these 3. Yeah. Okay. You're going to draw dotted lines going the other way. How many will it take to make 4 12s? Okay. So I would draw one, and then you might count how many boxes you have. And then if you need another one, draw another one. Count everything. And then if you need another one, draw another one. Don't forget to shade them in your 3 boxes. Okay, go ahead and shade one of them. Yeah. Okay, now you're going to cut it this way. Cut it this way and try to get to 4 12s. Okay, so now you've got 2, 6. Because there's 6 boxes. So it's not quite enough, is it? Keep going. Try another line. Alright. Alright. Do you have 4 shaded boxes? Are there 12 boxes total? Check and see. When you're done, you want to have 4 shaded boxes and 12 total boxes. Okay, 4 12s. Okay. Except you can't draw any extra. Okay. Yeah, erase this and erase this. You got to stay with the 3 that we started with. Actually, let's just start over. Okay. Alright, you gotta have 3 boxes. Oh, they were bigger. I gotcha. I see them now. Okay, you cut it once. You can't add more cuts this way. They've all got to be this way. Okay, so you still have 3 boxes. Your cuts have got to go this way. Alright, I've given you some thinking time, and some of you are finished, and some of you are still thinking and working. How many times did we cut? And guys, when we color this in, try to shade on one end. It makes it easier to see instead of shading in the middle. Okay? How many horizontal cuts did you make to make it this into 4 12s? Everybody show me with your fingers. How many cuts did you make? I see 3. I see 2. I see 4. 3. 4. Okay, I see. So we don't all agree. All right, let's do this together. Here we go. First, I've got 1/3, right? And I'm gonna move this down here. All right, here we go. Are we watching? If I cut it one time, now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes. I need 12 total. That's not enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's more, but it's not enough. I need 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. How did she know that she needed 12 boxes? Because of this fraction right here. Okay. So I have the 12 boxes now. That's my denominator. How many are shaded in? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I only needed to draw 3 lines. If I did draw 4 lines, I would have had 16 boxes. So be careful about how many lines you draw. We're not adding any extra. We're not, guys, look at me. This is real important. Hey, just stop for now. This is real important. We're not drawing extra lines that are vertical. This is all horizontal. Okay? If you draw vertical lines, it's going to mess up your answer. Okay? All right. Now, we'll see some more examples in just a little bit. Let's take a little breather. Just do leave your board out because we're going to come back and do a little bit more on that. But let's put our masks on and let's walk to the door. Those of you at home, just fast forward to when we start again. 5, 4, 3, 2,
rotating the contact.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it is.
Maybe it's expected dry.
So, but then this one didn't see on the contact. That's the big something in my eye. I just make
You gotta put the equalizer. Let's give everybody that's coming just another minute or two.
So those people in that whole camera.
Still one in the back. Alright, let's, Jameson, go ahead and lay that down for now. Okay? We're going to be using it plenty in just a little bit. Okay, is that everybody? All right, one more thing I want to show you before we move on to the next slide. We just showed that 1/3 is equal to 4/12. Y'all see that? Can you still kind of see the 1/3 if you pretend the dotted lines aren't there? Look up here. You see it? 1/3? Okay, can you picture the dotted, guys, sit up and get with me. Okay. Now, put the dotted lines there and you can see the 4/12 too, can't you? These are fraction strips. They're just magnetic and they're showing different fractions. All of these strips are the same size. Okay? So when we put these beside each other, okay, remember we went from 1/3 to 4/12. These are thirds. Okay, these are 12ths. So they're a lot smaller, aren't they? You put these right beside each other. Because these two strips are the same size, here is 1/3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and here is 4/12. 1/3 is equal to 4/12. Not just in this picture, this tape diagram, but in all things. Okay? So, just wanted you to see it in one more way. All right. Did I do that on purpose? I don't think I did. That's where we're supposed to be. All right, so clear off your board if you have not already. Okay. All right. This says work with a partner. We're not so much going to work with a partner, but I'll explain that in just a minute. I do want to explain what you are going to do. Okay? All right, give me your eyes for just a second. They have given us two fractions here with an equal sign. Sometimes in 4th grade, what you're going to be asked to do is to show that two fractions are equal to each other. They're telling us they are, but can we show it? Can we prove it? Okay. So 1/2 is equal to 5/10. First, we're going to show the first fraction. Do you think you could draw a tape diagram and show me 1/2? That's pretty simple. So draw a rectangle. Draw one vertical line to cut it into two parts. I wish I could do it up there for you, but I will do it over here. Okay, here is our rectangle. And we're going to show 1/2 by shading one of the sides. We're showing how much we've got. Alright, there's 1/2. Okay. Now, we want to show that it is equal to. Alright, I like that quick shading. I'm doing really good at that. Alright, look. Usually want to show that this is 5/10. So I'm going to give you a second. And if you want to talk to the person beside you or the people around you, that's fine. But I want you to turn this into, we're not drawing any more boxes. We're not drawing any up and down vertical lines. We are only allowed to draw
Horizontal line.
horizontal lines that go this way. Okay? Go ahead and turn this into 5/10. Okay? how could you do that? And if you need to talk to somebody near you, that's fine. Making sure.
How many lines do you go this way to make it show 5 tenths?
Or maybe you want to finish and then compare it with somebody near you. See if they did the same thing you did. That one line drawn, and after you draw that one line, you've got 2/4. Okay, but we're trying to get to 5 tenths, so you want to keep going. You want to try one more line this way. Okay, now let's check it. You've got 3. And how many are there total? Yeah, so that's 3/6. So we're not there yet. Draw another one and let's see what you get. Alright, excellent. Draw 2 lines. So you've got 6 pieces total, and 1, 2, 3, so you've got 3/6. And so you want to try another line. 4. Make the line go all the way. Cut this side again. Cut this side too. Good job. Good job. So you've got 4/8. Alright, then try one more line to get to 5 tenths. Okie doke. How many lines did you need to cut it with? Not the box, but how many extra cuts did you have to make? You're saying 4. You're saying 4. 4. Okay. Caesar, how many did you draw?
4.
4. So a lot of you agree with 4. Did you have something different? Okay. Let's try it. Y'all count with me as I draw them on mine. If I'm gonna do what you did and see if I get the right answer. All right. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4. So y'all said stop there. Okay. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 total pieces, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shaded pieces. What were you gonna add?
You can also count by 2s to make sure it is.
You could. There's lots of quicker ways to count. All right. Good job. That is correct. All right. What are we ready for right here? What does that look like? We've made it. All right, and I even because everybody, or y'all hear this? Everybody in first period was with me and working hard, and you know what I did because of that? I shortened their problem today. I did not make them do it all. So get with me, y'all are with me. Just stay with me. I know we're tired. It's hard to come back after a long break. Tomorrow we might even feel more tired because we've got trying to get back into the swing of things, and we're getting up early. But we're gonna do it. We can do this. So I'm gonna give you a second. This is 2 things. Hold, everybody freeze, because when y'all start moving, it's hard to hear. Okay, get where you can see me.
Freeze.
Okay.
Freeze.
Yeah, I need you to hear this because I'm gonna add something to what we normally do. You're gonna put things away that are on your desk. Okay. Hey, do it. You're gonna get out your new workbook, which is Module 5. I also need you to get out your old workbook because I realized.
Freeze.
Yeah, I'm not done talking. Okay, see.
It's like freeze tag. Go through.
Because that makes me lose my train of thought. I need to collect that one from you so I can save it for when we're going to do Module 4 because we jumped over Module 4 and we're saving it for later. Okay? So, 2 workbooks. I need them both out on your desk and the stuff on your desk put away. Alright, go ahead. You'll kind of put them in 2 different corners and we'll collect the old one and get it out of the way. Yeah, this is one that goes. You can start away. Then start looking through your stuff.
I think I left it.
Can you please put that away and open up your backpack and at least go double check that it's not.
Do they take both of those at home? Both of those home?
Well, they had already had the old one in their backpack. I have theirs.
Okay. You need your new one.
Yeah, get your new one out.
Yes, that's it. Very good.
Our old one, I said toy.
Well, you should take the shot.
Yeah.
Okay, if you have left yours at home, get out a sheet of paper. You're gonna be writing the problems on paper. Okay. Okay, just bring it. I wanted to make sure you have this today, because this is what we're working on today. Just bring the old one tomorrow, okay, and I'll do it. Any other old ones, and the old ones say 3 and 4 on them. Any other old ones that I didn't? I have your old one already. Where's your new one?
I'm taking his mom down.
Get a sheet of paper out.
But I think you have mine.
I have your old one. I have your old one, but you need your new one so we can work right now. Sorry. Okay. Alright. So you do have your new one here today. Is your old one that's at home, Miranda? Is that what, okay, bring the old one tomorrow. Okay, I just need to hold on to them so that we have them when we start module 4. Okay? Yeah.
Aren't we supposed to check these? The ones that we did on distance learning?
It was on the video.
Yeah, you did it with me on the video.
We did it on the video.
You did? Put down.
I didn't think you brought back his computer, but you said he did.
We did. Okay. If you do not have your new workbook, you have a sheet of paper in front of you. Put your whiteboard in your desk. Okay. I'm gonna make that a little bit bigger. Okay. Alright, I'm also going to change one other thing. They've done this first problem for us. Okay, this whole lesson is going to help us tomorrow. Okay, if you would go ahead and find the problem set for lesson 5. This is lesson 5. We jumped over lesson 4. What page is it? 21. So page 21. Okay, page 21. And everybody there, get your pencil. Alright, we're pretty much going to work together today. Okay. Oh, we did last week. But I know what you mean. Okay. So they start us off with one they've already done. But let's look at the directions. Draw what kind of lines?
Horizontal.
Horizontal line. To decompose just means we're pulling it apart. To decompose each rectangle into the number of rows as indicated. See, like here they tell us they want 2 rows. Did you know that when they started this, it was only 1 row, like a tape diagram. And then they added the dotted line. So they created 2 rows. This one's already been done for us. Okay? And then they have all this math over here. I'm going to do one more nice thing, and I'm going to ask you we're not going to do all of these today on each problem. We're just going to do basically the first one. We're going to make this very simple, okay? All right. So they took 1 row, and they cut it And now they have 2/8 instead of 1/4. Okay. 1/4, get your pencil ready. 1/4 is equal to how many eighths? 2/8. So you're going to fill in that missing eighth. Okay. Well, they just are letting you do it. Okay. Because what that does is show that you noticed how many pieces it got cut into. Okay. All right. Let me move this to letter B. Hold on. This thing gets ornery sometimes. Yep. I don't know why it changes though.
Yeah, because it was on a long break like us.
I'm just not holding my mouth right or something. Okay. Okay, that's going to be as good as it gets. We're going to look at this one right now, letter B. Okay, look at letter B on your page. How many pieces is that cut into? How many? 5 pieces. And how many are shaded? 1. So what fraction is that, Sophia? 1 what? 1/5. Okay. So it's 1/5. You don't have to draw anything. I can't do it on the board, so here we go. Okay, how many rows? It's cut off on the board. How many rows does it tell you to make?
2.
2 rows. How many lines are we going to draw to make 2 rows?
1.
Just 1, so go ahead and do that.
Can we just draw a straight line without the dots?
That's fine. If you want to make it a solid line, that's fine. You might be able to see it a little better anyway if it's solid. Now, Josie, we've had 1/5, right? Guys, out to the side, I want you to write the fractions. We've got 1/5, and it is equal to, you are writing this right over here. 1/5 is equal to, what do we have now? Miranda?
2/3.
We have 2/10. Okay? So you should have drawn a line, and then over here written 1/5 is equal to 2/10. That's it. Okay, let's jump to the next one. Okay, they give us this diagram. How many rows do they want that to be?
4.
Okay, what's our first fraction? Before we draw the lines. Yeah. 1/3. They want 4 rows, so how many cuts do we make? 3. 1 less. So we're going to make double check. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. Okay. So what does that make our new fraction be then? We need to count how many total boxes we've got and how many shaded boxes we've got. Caleb, what do you think?
4/12.
Okay. We've seen this one a little earlier, haven't we? 4/12. 1/3 is equal to 4/12. This one, write it out. Okay. Just make sure we're getting what to do. All right. Let's flip the page. Okay, now the tape diagram is not with us. It's not there for us. We're going to have to make it. Y'all are going to be like me. You got to draw now. Okay?
Well, we always have to.
All right, hold up. 1/2 and 3/6. 1/2 is equal to 3/6. Okay, guys, look at me for just a second. When they give you a problem like this, draw the first fraction. Make it real simple. All you got to do is draw this first, and then turn it into this. we're going to draw 1/2. Okay. Sometimes when we work on head, we get confused later on because we might have missed something. Okay. This is what you need to draw. Now, what are you going to do to change it to this? 2 times. Okay, Paisley says we need 2 cuts. Let's see. Did that make 3/6?
Yes.
It sure did. Okay. So now we're finished because we have created the thing to look at, the diagram, the tape diagram, to show 1/2 is equal to 3/6. Okay? Let's do letter B. What's letter B say? 1/2, 4/8. Okay? Same thing. Go ahead and draw that rectangle. Cut it in half and shade. How many times are we going to cut this one?
3.
We are right here. Well, let's see. It says 4/8. Okay. We need 8 total boxes. How many cuts are we going to make? Some say 3, some say 4. I heard 2 a minute ago.
3.
How many of you say 2? How many of you say 3? How many of you say 4? Most of you said 3. Let's try that one first. 1, 2, 3. When I do that, I need to have 8 total pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that's what we need. Okay. All right. How many problems do you have left on your page?
4. We have 5.
Left? 5 left?
No, we have 4 left. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
4
Which
left.
one is
How many do you have left?
5. 4.
Why is it confusing?
5.
1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 problems left. I'm going to change that. We're going to have 2 problems left. We're going to do C and D and be finished. Okay? So let's go to letter C. Start off with 1/2. What are we changing it to? 5/10? How many times are we going to have to cut it? Jameson says 4 times we're going to cut it. If you agree with Jameson, let him know, or disagree with him, let him know. I thought we might have more of a mixture. A lot of agreement there, Jameson. Let's try. You said 4 times? Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. That gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 5 of them are shaded. That is exactly right. Most of you got that, if that's what you have. Okay. Last one is 1/3 equals 2/6. So we draw the 1/3 first. How many times are we going to have to cut that? Everybody show me. Just hold up that many fingers. How many times do you need to cut that to make it 2/6? Caesar says 1. A lot of you are saying 1. Let's try that. Boom. We have 6 pieces and 2 of them are shaded in. That's exactly right. Now, this isn't bad, is it?
No.
We're going to take this tomorrow and keep going with it, but we're going to kind get a little easier in learning about what we call these equivalent fractions, or two fractions are equal to each other.
Why did you do science and math class? Oh, wait.
How is it science? What do you think?
You said friction.
Oh, well, I mispronounced that word.
Friction is part of science.
Okay. So what I need us to do, what we're about to do, is to go with our computer to the exit ticket. Okay. We know how to do that. We've known how to do that for a long time now. So put your computer, put your workbook away. No, not now. We'll probably take both of them tomorrow, but put it away for now. Get out your workbook. I just said put away your computer and get out your workbook. I'm ready to be done today.
It's Monday.
Okay.
Monday math.
Let's change Monday math for sure. Put away your workbook, get out your computer.
Tomorrow it'll be
Okay. And let's go here. Okay, let me show you this, guys. You can open your computer, and that's fine, but I need your eyes up here. Okay, I don't want you to start anything yet. Now let's say you have to be home for a few days. That happens, we know, this year especially. Okay? Okay. So I pulled up Google Classroom, and y'all got real familiar with this again last week, didn't you? Okay. Now what happens each week? Each week I create a new one of these. You see the dark pink, the big writing? That's called a new topic. That's what Google calls it. And each week I create a new one. Like this one was last week for all of you, January 4 through 8, distance learning. Well, now I needed to create another one because, you know, there are a few people that are home. It might not be for the same reason, but they are. So if you're absent, and I've got absent students, and that could be because you're on a trip. It could be because you're sick. It could be for whatever reason you're not here. Absent students, January 11 through 18, so you know where to go. Okay, now this is the teacher view. Listen to me. This is what I can see. But do y'all see how Monday is dark, like black print, and the rest of the days are gray?
Yeah.
Why is that, Kaden?
Because the gray means that you're already done.
No. On teacher view, the gray means y'all can't see it yet. I can. They are scheduled. Which means I've already done it, it's ready to go, but on yours, it only shows up one at a time. Did y'all notice that? Like maybe you went in on Tuesday and there was only Tuesdays was there, but then you went back Wednesday and Wednesday showed up. And you went back Thursday and Thursday showed up. Okay? Because somebody texted me at some point and was like, we can only see this. We can't see, you know, what's up for Wednesday. We can't see it yet. And I had to tell them it's scheduled. It won't come out until that day. And I can even tell the computer what time of day for it to come out. Okay? So, anyway, just trying to explain it so, you know, the more we do it, the more we understand it. And you can even tell, you can teach your folks at home how this works because I know you know how to do it. Okay? And we've told them, or at least some of them, you know how to do this. Okay. So you're going to go right now and find none of these. What are you? You are not absent. You are here. You are, what do I call that? Do you remember?
In person.
In person. So there's a topic heading that says in-person students or in person. Go down and find that. Well, I'm going to have to do it over here.
I don't know why.
It's under enrichment. Do you see it now? Okay. So you're going to go to Module 5, Lesson 5. This was Lesson 5. And open it up. We remember how to do this, don't we? Click on the exit ticket. Now, I want to show you one more thing. Can y'all give me your eyes? I know you're itching to get started. Look at me for a second, Dakota. James, are you with me? I want to show you something. Because somebody looked at this in my first period and went, what is that line thing? Fractions can be written in more than one way. So here's 1/2, right? But did you know it can also be written like this with a slanted line? You've probably seen that before and just maybe not even realize, maybe in a cookbook or somewhere, you know.
Some people like to call it a slash.
Some people do.
My brother
So that's what that is. Those are still fractions. They're just written with that diagonal line. But that was a great question because sometimes I forget to, you know, to tell people that. All right, go ahead and work this when you get done. Close your computer, and that way I'll know you're finished. They can at any point. It's fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You are coming with me.
You can have them do it, or you.
Jojo, where's your credit?
get together.
Yeah.
I'm home still.
Okay. You need to have it at school.
Tomorrow I'm
Okay.
All right, Emily, you wanna go on. If you get finished quickly, guys, just pull your book out and read for just a few minutes, or get one off the shelf.